Hello everyone! Welcome to the world of English! So today, we will discuss all about elements and theme of a literary text. So, listen and learn. Be polite. So, instead of singing of these passages or statement, we will just read. So when someone gives you something, it's good to say thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Be polite. Be polite. Have good manners and be polite. Be polite. Be polite. Have good manners and be polite. When you want something, it's better to say please. Say please, 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 please. Pretty, pretty, please. Okay, let us repeat the chorus. Be polite, be polite. Have good manners and be polite. Be polite, be polite. Have good manners and be polite. When you want something, it's better to say please. Say please, 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 please. Pretty, pretty, please. When you want something, it's good to wait your turn. Be patient, patient, and wait your turn. So let us repeat the chorus. Okay. Be polite, have good manners and be polite. Be polite, be polite, have good manners and be polite. When you want something, it's better to say please. Say please, 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 pretty, pretty, please. When you do something by accident, it's good to say sorry. Say sorry. Sorry. I am very, very sorry. So, repeat again the chorus. So, let us unlocking of difficulties. So, let us know the meaning of the underlined word. So, the crook stole a bag of money from the bank. Okay. So, the crook stole a bag of money from the bank. So, just take a look at the picture. Then, don't argue over with little things. So, the underlined here was the word argue. The two girls are deaf. So, when you look at the picture, the two girls are having a sign language or hand sign language. So, the underlined word here was the word deaf. So, let us read A Letter Soup by Pedro Pablo Sacristan. Once upon a time, there was a very evil and unpleasant crook who only ever thought about how to get money. Seeing anyone happy bothered the crook innermostly. What he hated most was when people were polite and courteous to each other, saying things like please and thank you. And don't mention it, it annoyed him even more if they were smiling when they said. The crook thought all those kinds of words were a useless waste and weren't good for anything. So what he did was spend a lot of time inventing a machine which could steal words. With this machine, he planned to steal please, thank you, don't mention it, and similar words people used to be polite. He was convinced that no one would notice if those words were to suddenly disappear. When he had stolen these words, he intended to take them apart and sell the letters to book publishers. After he started up his machine, people would open their mouths, intending to say kind and polite things, but nothing came out. All those words ended up inside the big machine. Just as the crook had hoped, in the beginning nothing happened. It looked like people really didn't need to be polite after all. However, after a while, people started to feel like they were always in a bad mood, doing everything reluctantly and feeling like everyone else was being forever demanding of them. So within a few days, everyone was angry and arguing over the slightest little thing. The crook was terribly happy with his success, but he didn't count on a couple of very special little girls. Those girls were deaf and had to communicate using sign language. Now, because the machine couldn't steal gestures, these girls continued being kind and polite, so they realized what had been happening to everyone else, and they found out about the crook and his weak plan. The girls followed him to his hideout on the top of a hill next to the sea. They were found the enormous machine busy separating all the words into letters. The crook had gone to take a nap, so the girls crept up to the machine and started being polite and courteous to each other. Try as it might, the contraption couldn't steal those words, and it started to suffer a power overload, which got more and more serious as the girls went on communicating. Finally, it exploded, sending all the letters it had gathered flying into the sky. These letters started coming down like rain and most ended up in the sea. After that, everyone could be polite and thoughtful again. The anger and the argument stopped, proving that good manners are very useful for keeping people together in a spirit of happiness. Seeing all those letters fall into the sea gave those two little girls an idea. A little while later, they opened a factory, making alphabetic spaghetti soup. So who was very evil and unpleasant? What did he hate so much? So what was his plan? What did he invent? Did his machine work? So these are the words or asking word or questions found in the passage that we've read. So what happened to the people who were not affected by the machine? Why they were not affected? Where was Hideout located? What did the girls do to stop him? If you were the girls, would you have done the same? Why? So the story have different elements of the literary text. So first, the setting, second, the characters, third, the plot, comprised of beginning, middle, and ending. Then fourth, the conflict, and five is the theme. So, when we say setting, it tells about when and where the story happened. So, for example, in the beach, in the park, at Quezon City, just like that. Or 4 in the afternoon, in the middle of the night. So, those are an example of setting. When we say setting, it tells about when and where the story happened. So the characters, when we say characters, these are the people found in the story or the persons found in the story. So first of all, when you read a text, there's always a main character or the main star in the story. So when we say plot, plot means the sequence of events, the beginning. So when you say the beginning, the very first things happen in the story. So the middle part of the story, and this part of a plot tells about a problem or the highlight of a certain story, the climax. Then when we say ending, so if there's a problem, how um, it leads or it starts the um, the conflict in the story or the problem. So fourth is the conflict, the problem happening in the story. Then the theme. What is all about? Is it all about love, or it is all about um, it is all about grief, or it is all about family? That's it. So let us read this, The Fox and the Well by Aesop's Fable. One day a fox fell into a well. He jumped and jumped, but he could not get out. The well was too deep, so he began to feel cold and hungry. Suddenly there was a noise from above. A goat had come to drink from the well. It looked in and saw the fox. Why are you going down there, Mr. Fox?" asked the goat. The fox was very cunning. Quickly he thought of a way to trick the goat. "Oh, I'm drinking," he said. The fox was very "Down there, but there's water in the bucket up here." "Yes, I know," said the fox, "but the water down here is much sweeter. Why don't you down and taste it to yourself?" "I think I will do that." And the silly animal jumped into the well. At once a fox leapt on the goat's back, and from there he soon jumped out of the well. "Hey, where are you going?" cried the goat. "What about me? How am I going to get out of here?" So that's it for today. Bye!